Bona's Holy Cannoli. Roasted pistachios, chocolate-covered cannoli shells, and chocolate chips mixed into a mascarpone cannoli cream ice cream. All right, brand new company on the feed today. Well, sort of. My wife and I were fortunate enough to stop by Bona's ice cream truck back in May of 2019 when we did the New York City ice cream tour for the ages. You should check it out when you have time. We hit up 20 shops and had 67 scoops of ice cream in 4 days. Well, I did. My wife tagged along. Nonetheless, Bona was one of those stops. The owner of Bona, Nicky Scoops, tops all of his ice cream with this toasted Italian meringue, which you can see here, little torch spots in there. So if you visit the scoop shop or the ice cream truck, no matter how many scoops of ice cream you get, he tops it with this Italian meringue. And then he torches it right there in front of you. So it's freshly toasted. It's crazy. So I was most intrigued about how well this would hold up being packed into the pint, then toasted, then frozen, then shipped right to my door. Surprisingly, it holds up extremely well. It's soft right out of the freezer. In fact, if I had one complaint, it's that it softens too quickly. So it's soft and melting before your ice cream tempers. But that's expected. Plus, if you want to swirl like I did, the scenario plays out pretty well. Many people think the Italian meringue is actually marshmallow fluff, but the biggest difference is that it's not made with corn syrup. Same whipping principle though, so it's the same consistency as marshmallow fluff. But it's ultra sweet for obvious reason, and also finishes with that burnt toasted flavor from being torched. I'll be honest, I've only had one cannoli in my entire life. Quick shout out to Mike's Pastry in Boston for that. But this is a pretty good replication and also an intriguing one. Mascarpone has a higher fat content than say cream cheese, for instance. So this flavor is creamier, richer, and more buttery. With that said, it's also a milkier, sweeter, and less acidic cheese in general. The roasted pistachios are chopped pretty small. This is the biggest one I came across, and they're not that abundant, but they do have that raw pistachio crunch and chew. I could also go for more flavor, but pistachios have a subtle, mild flavor as is, so I wasn't expecting it to stand out that much. I don't want this to sound bad, but the chocolate chips are just chocolate chips. They do their job fine. Semi-sweet in flavor, but they're miniature in size and therefore crunchier than usual, but not overly hard. I was a little disappointed in the chocolate-covered cannoli shells. First, they're not really chocolate covered because they're broken and cracked into smaller pieces. Secondly, minimal flavor. They more or less taste like a lightly flavored waffle cone. The texture is also very similar to a waffle cone. You know that last bite or two when the waffle cone is soft, chewy, and a little soggy from holding the ice cream? That's the texture you have here. In short, I'm a fan. Do I think some of the mix-ins could have been better? Yes, but even then, they're far from bad because of the textural components they add to the ice cream. However, the mascarpone base along with the chocolate chips give you that cannoli feeling and make this worth the scoop. 7.5 out of 10.